Hey guys, so I just decided to hang out in the greenhouse today and let you guys sort of hang out with me, I guess. This is a new live thing for Facebook, and it just sort of came up to my page here, and I thought I would give it a try. So I have my iPad down here, and I just wanted, and being I was doing it on my phone, I just got a phone call coincidentally as I was going live. So I canceled that phone call, and yeah, so we're back live here. Hopefully you can see me. I'm just getting set up. We've only been running live for about 10 seconds now, and yeah, I just am hoping that I was hoping that I was going to be able to follow along on the iPad here to see what's going on, but that doesn't look like the case. Anyways, maybe your comments are going to be on the screen there, and let's see if I can even see them. But anyways, so it's Remembrance Day. Nothing is open. I have the day off today, so I thought I'd hang out with you guys a bit live in the greenhouse here, and I don't know, maybe repot something, and you guys can come along and see how it's going to go. I'm going to try my best to get this uploaded to YouTube later, but you guys are seeing it first here. Now, as I said, this is the first time live with YouTube Live here, or with Facebook Live. Sorry, I got to get used to that. And I'm trying to work with the iPad to see if it's actually. I was hoping to be able to read comments off the iPad while I was doing this, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case for whatever reason, because there's no live thing here. Totally weird. Try it on. Nope, that is Facebook itself. So, yeah. I was going to work with this guy today. Thought I would bring you along for repotting this Phalaenopsis orchid, and it's just too bad the way the camera is, the way my phone is on here, I can't really see your comments all that well, but hopefully you guys can hear me all right. And we're just going to do a quick little video here, and yeah. So this guy here, this is a Phalaenopsis orchid. I do not have a tag for it. I do not know how long it's been in this pot even. It's pretty root bound, and it's in an old media that I don't even like to use anymore. I have sort of over the last, I'll say 12 months, switched more to a moss than to the old sort of media. The old media I used to use was a lot of bark and not a lot of moss. It worked well for a while, but I found it was really hard to maintain moisture in there, and I didn't have time to water them all that much. So my orchids kind of suffered a little bit with this sort of media. It's a clear pot with slats in it, which didn't help the fact that it was drying so fast either. But we're going to change out that media today, get it into a new pot. Being this is live, and I really wasn't prepared to do this, I just sort of seen the live button on my app and thought I would hit it and see what happens. Yeah, I thought we would repot this guy. We're going to have some damaged roots here, because it does have some, I can see some dead roots in there, but I can also see some live roots in there. Some live roots are coming out the bottom little slots, little slits of the pot. There's going to be no way to save those roots, so some of these roots are going to get chopped off. I am going to put it back in the same pot. As I say, it's been a little while. I don't know exactly how long it's been in this media, and I'm not a big fan of this media anymore. It just is too high maintenance for me. I'm always constantly watering it. It's always getting too dry for me. So we'll put that guy down. It's not very stable there. I'm leaning him on my table down here below. I don't know if we can turn this a little bit so you can see. Not really. He's down there. So if you're just joining me now, I'm just trying this live thing from an app on my phone. I wasn't planning on doing it. I was really hoping to be able to see what's going on the iPad as well, but it doesn't seem like the case. It hasn't, even when Facebook is open, maybe it's because I'm trying to use the app from Facebook, but I was hoping I'd be able to see myself live to be able to answer questions off of this, because the comment screen on my phone is pretty tiny, so I can't really see it all that well. But it's still not really showing me anything like that. So, perusing my own Facebook page here. I'm not sure why I can't see like a live thing. Maybe it's because it's an old iPad. And yeah, who knows? But that kind of backfired for me. So why don't we get this guy unpotted? I'm going to bring you guys down here so we can see the table. I don't know how we're going to do this exactly. Let's unhook you from here, and we'll turn the camera around. So, put you here. So like I said, if this works out, maybe I'll put this on YouTube as well for everybody else to enjoy. The tripod is really, really high right now. Let's lower you down. YouTube will hate this video because everybody's in such a rush on YouTube. Everybody is, if the video is not 4 minutes long and 100% educational, nobody likes to watch. So I'm going to move my iPad out of here and we will get started repotting this Phalaenopsis orchid. Just off screen I have some scissors and some more scissors. And I was repotting earlier, so I'm going to use this. That's fresh media on there. I'm also just going to sterilize my scissors here. I have my alcohol soapy spray, and I give them a quick spray. And you're asking, why am I starting with scissors? Well, that is because this thing is so root bound, I'm not going to be able to get it out of the pot. It is just completely stuck. So it's on the hanging wall. There's the little thing that hangs it. And without scissors to cut some of these roots, some roots are dead, some roots are not dead, but I can't do the repotting. So a lot of dead roots there from previous years. If you're just joining me, I was just saying I don't know how long this has been in this pot, but it's using my old media formula, so I know it's been in there for a while. I don't like the bark moss mix anymore for these guys. I'm kind of going back to mainly moss. It stays moister longer and is less work for me trying to keep it. Oh, that's hard. That's harsh. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Anyways, it's less work for me trying to keep it moist. So now hopefully this guy will slip right out. There we are. And I don't know if anybody's ever done a live repotting video before, so it will be interesting. Interesting how it turns out. So like I said, I don't know how long this has been in that pot. We're going back in the same size pot, but we're going to clean it all out first. The media definitely fell out easily. It's not really broken down. With bark you can tell how broken down the media is by how easily it bends and breaks, and how dark it is as well. So I can break this media. Sometimes an old media is going to smell really earthy as well, so you could do the old smell test on it. I'm not going to do that, but I just want to remove some of the old media from in there, get rid of all the old roots, and then we're going to throw this guy right back in the same pot. Live is kind of different for a repotting video. Normally, you know, I can stop the video, trim some roots, go over to the sink, give it a good wash off. I'm just targeting all the old roots here. But yeah, when it's live, you just kind of got to keep flowing. So I'm looking for old roots that are dried and desiccated. They pull apart very easily. I did have to cut some live roots to get it out of the pot. So let's see if we can find a live root for comparison. Well, that one's not cut. There's one that I had to cut probably. So you can see it's still very firm, moist inside, and nothing like the papery one. So I'm just looking for all the papery roots. And you ask, why do some roots die and some roots don't? Well, if it's kind of like this and only half of them are dead, I would say that it's just sort of the natural course of the plant. Roots are naturally going to die. Now, as a leaf grows, it usually grows some new roots as well. And, you know, as the years go by, those roots only stay healthy for so long. The original leaves that kind of grew at the same time as these old roots probably are not there anymore. And so it grows new roots for new leaves, but the old roots just kind of, you know, they just don't last they don't last forever. They're not like a tree where they just kind of keep living and living. So I really find that on oncidiums as well, you'll see that you'll get a flush of new roots, and then as the oncidium's newest bulbs become older bulbs and become back bulbs, then the roots start to kind of fade as well. I'm just heading over to the garbage can with the old media. We'll throw that in there. Now, like I say, my new media is going to be a little bit different. I have my moss right here, so I'm going to use mainly moss in it. And I'm going to grab some perlite. Sorry I'm not more organized, but again, being live here, I wasn't planning on doing this. So if you're just joining me, we've been working on repotting this Phalaenopsis orchid. I kind of found the live button on my Facebook app and thought I would try it out and see how it works. Hopefully I can get this over to YouTube later for everybody else who's not watching here. But yeah, my new mix is a lot less barky, so it's going to be something like that. Now, being it's going back in the same pot, you can definitely see the roots that are healthy are all sort of conformed to the edges of the pot. We're going to have to, every repotting is a little bit different. We're just going to have to work kind of with the roots as they are. You can see really old bloom spikes from like years past, like way down going into the roots. And there's another one, and another. There's last year's. So I've probably had this 4 years anyways. And what I'm going to do, the media is pretty dry right now. I want it to be semi-moist, so I'm going to grab the old hose. Let's see if we can get a little bit of water on here. I don't want it to be dripping wet, but I don't want it to be totally dry either. Now it's interesting. I don't know if any of you guys are commenting or what, but I can't see any comments. I can see the odd like coming across the screen, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, new to me. We'll hopefully be able to get this over to YouTube, and then we can talk a little bit more about it. Being I'm doing the repotting and the comments are on the screen anyways, I can't really see them. So one of the biggest things when you're repotting is getting the old media out of the center of it, and in this case is a very good example because it's such a huge open center, but sometimes the center is not that open. But anyways, this is going to be a funny looking repot. Wow. So I'm going to make sure that it's nice and in the center there, and these roots were right along the edge of the pot, and I'm going to bring them in a little bit just by pushing in here. And I'm going to take a little bit more media, and we're going to do this in one big motion, hopefully. Put my pot down here, and we're just going to sit it in there. So the roots are all just sort of sunken in from the edges by about a finger's width, centimeter or so. And it's going to be now in the new fresh media again. Hopefully my hand wasn't in the way. Being it's live, I can't redo that, but that works pretty good. So I don't want to pack the moss too tight. I don't want it too loose either. But yeah, I think that worked well. So you see how we got all the moss into the center, got all the old media out of the center, and then I just sort of just slightly moved the roots, squished the roots a little bit, so we have about a centimeter all the way around the edge, because all those roots were pushed right against the edge if you were watching this from the beginning. And yeah, so now it's firm, it's in there, I can shake it a little bit. I never thought about how it's going to hang, so I'm going to have to change the hook here. This is from my hanging wall. Let's see, I don't know if I can do this without tools. I'll remove this hook. It's from my hanging wall, and I guess I should have put the hook at the back here as well. So now I'm going to grab a handy dandy tool that of course I don't see right off the bat. Here's my handy dandy tool. It is a pair of tweezers. With my very sharp pair of tweezers, they can see how the phal in this case is already hanging down because it's on a 45-degree angle. So this is the back of the plant. I'm going to pierce a hole in there and put my hook back in. Hopefully. There we go. Now with pliers, if they were handy, I would squish that tight together again. But there we go. So now it'll hang back on my hanging wall. Being, again, if you missed the beginning, you would have, and you're just getting kind of caught up now, I did say I didn't know, the tag is gone from this plant, so I didn't know how long it had actually been in the media that it was in, but it was in an older sort of media style, a little bit different, a little bit higher maintenance, but it had no tag. So I'm going to write it a new tag. I don't even know the color of this fowl, so until I do, I can't really put it down there. Now, obviously it's a Phalaenopsis, so I'm not going to bother writing the name on it right now, but I am going to write 11/16, the month that it was repotted, so I know for next time when this guy got repotted. Once it flowers, then I will put down what it is. This is likely just a purple hybrid or maybe a white hybrid, but anyways, now it's going to be a happier purple or white hybrid, and I'm just going to hang it back up down here. It doesn't even have a very nice spot in the greenhouse. It's quite low to the ground. Let me unclip you. Hello, Gail. No, hello from GA. Sorry, that's an exclamation mark. Hey, Teresa. So, let's go down here, and there's our new one down on the very bottom, because that's where the fowls go that I don't know what they are. And there's a few other ones in bloom right now. These are basically all fowls up here. Lots of spikes happening. Another spike. Here's a spike that's coming in through and up and around. I pulled these orchids out yesterday. The video I released today, actually. I had to be really careful with that spike in there. Some more beautiful fowls. That one's my Costco one. This guy here I've never had on video before. That was a rescue. That's my, I think it's called a Psychopsis. I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's okay. Nice big flower. First time bloomer for me. What else is on this fowl wall? A few spikes from my Oncidium. My Epidendrum porpax up there is in bloom. My Howeria lava burst has got 4 or 5 spikes on it. But yeah, so let's put you back in the tripod here and see if we can say goodbye, I guess. So there we go. Sorry for my hand in the way. Just gotta lock you back in there. And hi, I'm back. So there we go. I'll raise it up so we can talk at eye level and you're not at my waist. There we go. Hello, Andres. Hello, Eva. Hello, Matthew. Hey, I can see comments again now that I'm facing the camera again. So yeah, if you just tuned in, we just repotted a Phalaenopsis orchid. This is my first time live on Facebook Live. I'm going to try my best to get this over to YouTube so a few other people can enjoy it as well. But I just thought I'd give it a try. If it works and I can get it over there, this is super easy to sort of hang out. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm just using my traditional YouTube microphone and everything like that, so hopefully it works okay with the Pages app for my iPhone. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, hey Jenny, if you want to see more videos like this, I guess head over to my YouTube channel and hang out here on Facebook with me. Thanks again. Now you got to figure out how to turn this guy off. Oh, there's a finish button. Bye guys.